In this week's video, I'm going to impart some knowledge about how you can earn a living as a guitarist. Now, it's all to do with playing in a covers band or a party band or a function band, whatever you call it. So to kick things off, I've done a little compilation of all of the intros, guitar intros, that you need to know when you play in a cover band. Here we go. So how many of them did you spot? How many of them do you know how to play? Well, you need to definitely know all of those, plus a lot more material in addition to that. I recorded the guitar on that using my Quad Cortex. I'm going to upload the preset and make it public. I'm going to call it Function. It's got a capture of one of my own amps, and it's got a few setups that I'd use as a kind of generic function cover gig preset. There's a few ways you can earn a living as a guitarist or a musician, and one of them is playing covers. Playing in a cover band, a party band, function band, whatever you call it. For me, over the last 30 years, it has been the most consistent way of earning money from playing my guitar. Now, it's not considered by all musicians to be the coolest or most artistic of things to be doing, but they're often the ones who don't have any money. So for me, it's preferable to go and get a day job, which I've done as well. But if you are successful doing covers, you can go out just at the weekends and you'll have the rest of the week free to get on with your own projects and do what you want, rather than having to go and get a day job. So I've been doing this for 30 years. Quite a lot of that time it's been my sole source of income. Other times it's run alongside a day job, or it's run alongside other musical projects. And it's taken me to places that I never would have gone otherwise. I've been flown to Mauritius, Dubai, Russia, amongst other places. I've played at the Houses of Parliament, I've played at the Albert Hall, I've played at all the big hotels in London, the Savoy, the Dorchester and Claridge's. Not only that, I've played to Jimmy Page twice, I've played to Roger Daltrey, and I've played to both Prince Harry and Prince William. And even musicians who play with the biggest stars in the world still do these kind of gigs. I've played with people who've just come back off tour with Kylie or Amy Winehouse. I've also worked with musicians at weddings who've been on Bob Dylan albums or Tina Turner albums. And I've also been lucky enough to share the stage with some people before they were famous. Here's a picture of me playing with Dan Gillespie from The Feeling before he was ever in The Feeling. And I've shared the stage with comedians who've been doing after dinner speeches like Johnny Vegas and Rory Bremner. So all in all, I feel lucky to have done these kind of gigs. Now, I might be playing cover versions, not my own music, but generally you're always playing great songs. It's got to be better than sat behind a desk all day. In fact, I know it's better than being sat behind a desk all day because I've done that as well. So I'm going to give you the benefit of my 30 years of experience of doing this. I've got some top tips. So here we are. Here is tip 1. Your most important piece of equipment. Now this is crucial. It's not your guitar, it's not your amp, it's not your favourite pedal. This is your most important piece of equipment, and you need to keep an eye on it. The amount of musicians that I call trying to get them to offer them work, and they don't respond for 24 hours, by which time I've booked somebody else, they miss out on so much work. This is the most important thing. Keep an eye on your phone and respond when people offer you work quickly. Your second most important piece of equipment is your watch. Oh, I'm not wearing my watch. I would be normally, but make sure you always turn up on time. Pretty obvious, but if you're always late, you won't get booked again. And your third most important piece of gear is your car. So many young musicians these days don't seem to drive. If you don't drive, it's not going to work. People will get fed up with giving you a lift. You need a car. Obviously all your musical gear needs to be in tip-top condition and all working, but that seemed too obvious to have to mention. Tip 2. Learn all the songs. Most bands pretty much play the same songs. There's a few who play different songs and they'll send you a list before you get to the gig and then you'll have to learn them. But most bands, they all play the same stuff. It's easy to find out what these songs are that virtually everyone plays. You just go onto the websites of all these bands and they nearly all list their playlists. Just go through, look at what all the common songs are and learn them. Ideally you should be able to play them in any key really, because singers will change the keys. Tip 3. Sing. If you can sing, you will get more gigs. Fact. Also, if you're a guitarist and you sing, you can go out and do solo gigs. You can go and do solo acoustic guitar gigs, you can do duo gigs, you can do anything. You'll always be working if you're a singing guitarist. Tip 4. Buy a PA system and some lights. It doesn't have to be anything too big or too expensive. You can buy a PA system that will work for you as a solo, duo, even up to say a 5 or 6 piece band. It doesn't have to be too big, something that will fit in your car and you can easily set up yourself. You will work more and you will walk away with more money at the end of the gig than everyone else who didn't bring their PA system. Tip 5. Now this is something I wish I'd done when I was younger. I've learned to do it better as the years have gone on, but this one is learn to read music. I don't necessarily mean reading grade 8 classical guitar music. This is really useful, especially when I was younger. I worked at holiday camps and we'd have cabaret singers coming in every week and we'd never have a band call. They'd give us the music we were about to go and play to accompany them about half an hour before we go on stage. We'd have a talk through and a little look through it and then go out on stage and play it. And it's a really useful skill to be able to get a chord chart and then turn it into what sounds like a piece of music that you've played many times. So alongside that, it's really useful to learn how to write yourself out some music as well. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to be lots of complicated notation, but some simple chord charts that get you through a song, give you all the important bits that you need to know. What I do is I put them on my iPad. In the act of writing out charts as well, it helps you to learn the songs much quicker. Once you've written them out, it does help you to remember them. And it means you don't have to relearn them next time. Now this can be anything from a handwritten chart that I'll scan in to a proper chart that I'll write out on a program called Sibelius. Hope that video was useful. If you liked it, please hit like. Also hit subscribe, I've got new videos coming out every week. Also hit the bell, then you'll be alerted every time I've got a new video coming out. So to finish the video, I'm going to show you some random footage of me playing in cover, function, party bands. This is all footage I recorded on my GoPro. It's clipped on my mic stand, so I call it the kneecap cam. Thanks very much for watching and I'll see you on the next video.